Jesus lived his life selflessly, bringing hope to the world around him and to each of us. The love and care he showed to people around him when he physically walked the earth healed their pain and changed their lives. He also showed them and us how loving and kind God is. Those of us who follow Jesus' example today can make the same kind of impact on the often divided world around us. In fact, Jesus actually promised that we can do even greater things than he did. John chapter 14, verse 12 says, "Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father." I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. If you want to have a close relationship with God and other people, you'll need to learn to leave yourself behind. To be selfish is to be concerned excessively or exclusively with oneself. Selfishness is one of the biggest obstacles to not having the kind of close relationship with God and inspiring relationships with other people that many of us desire. Selfishness can be sneaky. It comes in many forms, from self-indulgence to self-pity to self-righteousness. It's a sin that is easy to tolerate because it may not seem as scandalous or embarrassing as other sins. It's also a sin that is very easy to turn to in the midst of a scary and stressful global pandemic, war, financial difficulty, and living with constant fear for our physical and financial well-being will naturally make us want to hunker down and protect ourselves and our families from potential harm. But selfishness doesn't bring the protection or satisfaction it promises. It's actually a major hindrance to our faith, our relationship with God, and our relationships with other people. We have all been selfish at one point or another, but when people take it a step further and take advantage of others to get what they want and have an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others, this is called narcissism. Narcissists are motivated by selfishness, and they're people who are envious of others and believe others are envious of them. They behave in an arrogant or haughty manner, coming across as conceited, boastful, pretentious, proud, egotistical, and vain. Selfishness can lead to narcissism. Narcissism is motivated to manipulate and control others to get what they want. Like Satan, control is something a narcissist must have, and the Bible says that the whole world is under the control of the evil one. Satan has minions everywhere, people who are feeding his narcissism and who are codependent on him, not believing that he is evil and falling for his lies. Like Satan, a narcissist without minions in their control to support their worth would be reduced to nothing, an unbearable situation for them. That is why a narcissist will steal, kill, and destroy to maintain control. The Bible reminds us that Jesus has come and given us understanding so that we are no longer under Satan's control. And then it goes on to give us a strong warning to keep ourselves from idols so that we stay away from those who could get us to believe lies and worship them. Narcissists will cause stress and burdens for others without any care or consideration. Matthew chapter 23 verse 4 says, "They tie up heavy burdens and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are unwilling to move them with so much as a finger." They are the people who believe that they should be the boss or leader because of their superiority and should command others to work while they sit and command and monitor them. Narcissists will sit and not lift a finger. We have to be careful because evil can say the right words, but their words are empty and their words don't match their actions. People will see what you do rather than what you say. Can a person who says they care be believed if their actions don't reflect their words? If they say they care but aren't there when you need them and won't help you, their words don't match their actions. Putin is an example of being a narcissist. He claims what he's doing in Ukraine is a humanitarian act, and he tries to justify his actions by calling them good and beneficial, like he's doing them a favor. But he can say all that, but his actions don't reflect anything justified or humanitarian. What he is doing isn't for the greater good for the people. It's something that he sees is right, but at what cost? He doesn't seem to care how much destruction is done and how many lives are lost, as long as he asserts his dominance by insisting he get his way. We can't force anyone to be mature, civil, understanding, to compromise, or even to forgive and learn from life's lessons. But we can pray for them, and we can pray with them. Because a narcissist always has a justification for their actions, they won't take accountability for anything that they do and are unapologetic. Some people will never apologize because they have too much pride and will not admit that they were wrong or made a mistake and change it going forward. Narcissists always put themselves above everyone else's own wants and needs. They won't help, they cause a lot of people burdens, and they do it in a way that can deceive others so people can make excuses for them and people believe in what they are doing is right and reasonably justified. Helping others is something they just won't do. They always have an excuse not to help others by justification that everyone needs to figure it out on their own and that they don't feel like they should help them out no matter if it were big or small. We all need help at times, and there's nothing wrong with needing help, but those who rather not put others first will always have an answer why they just can't or won't do it. Sometimes it's the excuse that helping them would be preventing them from learning on their own. So for their own good, you want them to learn. So it's better if they figure it out on their own. Sometimes the excuse is they don't have the time. And sometimes they even use the excuse of guilt, and you feel guilty for even asking and put their feelings above your own, and you don't ask. No matter the excuse of being ignored, getting an angry response, feeling guilty, them procrastinating and saying that they will but never do, no matter what the excuse is, it's not what God asks of us. He wants us to take care of each other and love each other like we love ourselves. 1 John chapter 3, verse 17. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? We have to put ourselves second and others first. To please God, we need to love Him enough to make a difference in the way we act, think, and live like Jesus. This takes a lot of effort and time to connect with others, but it's worth it. It takes a lot of attention to another human being, but when we are really present with our children, spouses, parents, strangers even, we often find that it energizes us to make us feel more alive. With our loved ones, we should cherish them and want to help them no matter what, big or small. We should want to help better each of our lives instead of selfishly leaving them to struggle when they didn't need to be struggling. God doesn't say there's a limit on helping others and it should only be done up until a certain age or for a certain situation. No, we can always help each other. As a family, we should want to help one another out of true love and concern, with the willing heart to have a need to protect and care for our loved ones. Life is hard and we all need help. But if there's reasons in your heart that you feel like it's not your responsibility and you think that they should figure it out and you don't want to, you can always ask God for help and pray about it. You can ask Him for guidance if you're unsure about helping them. There are times when we don't know if we should help them because helping them might be doing more harm than good. In those instances, we can go to God and just ask Him to give us the answer. If it's something that a person has been repetitively doing and is asking for help and expects help each time something bad happens, then that's an example where helping them wouldn't really be helping them because they are knowingly repeating the same mistake with the expectation that you will fix it for them time and time again. So they aren't learning or gaining anything from your help and being bailed out each time. If the help a person needs is a family member who is trying to get on their own feet, needs some gas money to get to work, we should want to help them. Helping them is a way they can help themselves. They are making an effort to do something productive and just need a little help getting there. Helping them be successful should be something that we should want and something that we can actively participate in alongside them, not only with our words of encouragement, but actions. Our actions will show that we love and support them and give them encouragement. We shouldn't have to worry about the stress of getting to work if we have a way to help them get there. Wanting to take care of loved ones shouldn't be limited in any sort of way, whether it be time, money, whatever it is. Our days are filled with words, those that we hear, those that we read, and those that we speak. Out of those three categories, the only ones we have complete control over is the last one, the words that we speak. We can help others by being gentle, kind, and understanding. We can put those words into actions and be motivated to do things for them that really help them and really just add to their life and help them not be so stressed out, because this world is a very stressful place. And we can lighten some of those burdens for some people instead of adding on to them or just leaving them to fend for themselves. Any way we could help each other, we should try to do, whether it's big or small. Sometimes it is best if people learn on their own, but the way the world is right now and the way it's gotten, it's very hard to do that anymore without feeling discouraged and beat up by the world, because the world is against you more so than ever before. So being left to figure it out on our own isn't that good of a teaching method as I think as it used to be. And I think it could really be traumatic for someone to be taught that way, because things have gotten so bad. So things are just changing and things are different now. We are living in the end times, so we have to think differently. We can't be prone to thinking the way we used to and thinking things are as easy and things are, people should, it's better if they learn on their own. We have to really realize and really grasp the times that we're living in is an extremely difficult time. And nothing is easy. Everything is against us, and Satan's very strong right now. So we need to keep that in mind. So I really just hope everyone just does some good deeds for someone else this week, and it'll uplift your spirit and it'll really make God happy. And I just pray that everyone just tries to stay focused on God and finds peace and is motivated to help serve Him, because there's fewer and fewer people willing to do that. So it's important that we still maintain that love and we shine for God and we just show others that love too. So until next week, guys, God bless.